It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He's one of the league's best, currently third in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Dolphins and the Jets next on Madden NFL 24.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Bringing them out, a guy who's top 30 all-time in yards and touchdowns. Not bad for a 4th-round pick back in 2012. Captain Kirk Cousins.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception. He wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. Well, these two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier in the season with the Jets winning that ball game. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Hall. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Jets at 7 and 6, a game over 500 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. But look at this defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Back to the ground with Hall. Oh, heck of a move. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got a chance.
Touchdown, Jets! Corey Davis. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Going right back to Akers. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. This defense for the Jets, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Jets defense. They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Tua. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Sanders' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal line.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taylor now will return it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lot. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A first down throw for Cousins. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The offense on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Cousins now from the 50. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. They'll run on first down with Akers. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Cousins' throw going to be caught by Davis. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Cousins now to throw on first down. Oh, that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On second down, Cousins again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now here's a throw that's complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This one deep for Wilson. That's caught inside the 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 48 yards. From the red zone now, Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Taylor now returning it. And he gets this up just shy under 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the half, Cousins. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
21G.
Tua going to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. He's still on his feet. Jalen Waddle, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 74 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here the opening minute of the third quarter. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 5.
Cousins now.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Cousins on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's second and 4. Here's Hall again. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first and 10, it's Hall.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second down, Cousins.
Down to the 10. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are able to widen their advantage.
Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man, complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
Ball start, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 big plays in succession, and the Dolphins on the move. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
The short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. Touchdown, Dolphins! Durham Smythe, 27 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
No, my bad.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this is back to a 5-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, it's Taylor. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Straight ahead is Hall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A nice stick and stop for a loss there from Jalen Phillips. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
On 2nd down, Tua. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now Tua. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Throwing Tua. They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Tua. Akers back-to-back catches.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Here's Tua.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Now Tua.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs to...
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And they take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happier than.
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Giants, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will head back